Hey everybody, Bruce here from White Rock Reed. Welcome to Brand Bites, simple and effective advice for building your brand in 5 minutes or less. Today, we're going to continue our series on writing your positioning statement with the Onliness Statement. This is usually the most difficult positioning to get right, but also one of the most powerful. If you nail this, this will be just a super powerful way of aligning your team and your message. So stick around, we're going to show you the simple formula for nailing the Onliness Statement. So this positioning was developed by a gentleman called Marty Neumeier, who's an absolute branding genius. And it takes your idea of your differentiation, your understanding of your differentiation a little bit further, and it allows you to differentiate based on aligning the solution that you provide with a trend in the market today. And I'll explain that a little bit further shortly, but that's the power behind this positioning. When you can align with a trend, and that could be something like global warming, or it could be something like short attention spans, when you can align your solution with a trend, you will have more power in your differentiation than you could possibly imagine. So let's take a look. So again, the main purpose of positioning is to supply a reason to buy. We covered this in our first video. It's the difference that will give the customer a reason to pay attention. Remembering, it's how you differentiate your brand in the mind of your customer so that you can stand out from the competition. This is how you stop competing on price. And finally, your positioning must be unique. It's not something anyone else in your market is saying, because that's the polar opposite of differentiation. So here's how the Onliness Statement looks. What? So the sentence is a run-on sentence, and it reads the only, and then what you do, that, and then what makes you unique, for, and then who you do it for, where is the regions that you do business in, why is the customer pain point or challenge that you solve, and when, and this is the power behind it, this is the trends that affect you or your clients. So when refers to the trends that are powering the movement. When you can tap into a trend or a movement like sustainable living or carbon neutral, your positioning becomes really powerful. So I would recommend approaching this one element at a time. So break it down. What? This is just really basic. This is just what you do. How? This is your X factor. This is what makes you unique and different. For? Also straightforward. You have to know who your customers are. Where? This is simply the cities and the areas you operate in. Why? Why are you doing what you do? What problems are you solving? How are you helping your clients? And when? This is the trend. So I said I'd give you an example of trends and how they affect your product and market. Recently, we developed a brand strategy for a company in the tourism experience vertical. They actually provide hardware, software, and creative storytelling to tour companies, buses, boats, attractions, that sort of thing. Now, if you've ever been on a boring tour, you've likely experienced the trend that we identified for their Onliness Statement. In an era of formulaic tour experiences and short attention spans. Now, if I'm a tour company owner and I'm looking for new storytelling creative to keep my passengers engaged and elevate myself above my Me Too competition, that's a pretty powerful piece of insight coming from my creative partner. Here's another example for our imaginary self-storage facility targeted at women in transition. The trend would be in an era of empowered women and big impersonal service. So again, if I'm the customer for that storage facility, they've just showed deep insight into who I am and what I experience on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so that's the Onliness Statement. Test your knowledge of your market and their needs, their wants, and their desires, and try writing your own Onliness Statement. If you find you get stuck at the trend, or if you find that you need a little bit more help identifying a trend in your era, I've got a couple of free resources that you can take a look at that will help you get up to that point. Your first stop should be to check out our definitive guide to positioning your brand. You can find that at whiterockreed.com/definitive-guide-positioning. Everything's there: worksheets, exercises, definitions, everything you need to develop your own positioning. Alternately, you can jump over to whiterockreed.com, scroll to the bottom of the homepage, and book a discovery session where we can get detailed on your current reality and help you formulate a strategy for moving your business forward. So that's it for the Onliness Statement. I hope that was clear and helpful. Don't forget to check out our other Brand Bites videos, simple and effective advice for building your brand in 5 minutes or less.